length of your contract? Yeah, so I signed an 18-month deal, and that's how long I plan to be there. And it seems like a long time, and yes, it is a long time. But as far as my contract stuff, all I'm going to comment on is that, I was able to work my deal that I'll be available for the women's national team, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't want to feel the pressures of feeling isolated and, not being able to be released for camps and things like that. So, I'm very happy with my contract. I get to be in a new environment, a new experience, but also be very committed. Watch out. And also be committed to the national team. So.
Are you going right after the camp over there?
Yes, I'll be leaving around 27-ish, so yeah.
And you plan to be back for the FIFA windows?
Yeah, FIFA windows and anything else that comes along, I'm sure can work things through.
Chelsea doesn't have an actual season until the fall. There's some other alternative things going on. So people were kind of, the question then is why wouldn't you play for the Spirit and then go over there in the fall instead of going?
Well, yeah, I think playing in two different leagues in the same season or same calendar year can be a bit much. If I knew in my heart that 2017 was a year for me to experience being in a different country and playing in a new league, I wanted to jump in the start of the year, Like I said, I just didn't see myself playing with Spirit and then being like, all right, it's time for me to, leave now. So this is a year that I'm just putting my all into a new experience. I need to invest fully. I didn't think 6 months would be enough. I think I need to really be in that environment and be in that culture and give it a whirl.
In terms of that culture, or, is there one particular thing that spoke to you when you had the potential to go overseas, like what it would bring to your game, or was it more a culture thing?
Yeah, I visited Chelsea. I was there for about 2 days and fell in love pretty much. What they have to offer is incredible. A true professional environment, so close-knit with the men's team. I mean, seeing the Chelsea men's team right there next to you just makes you feel like, they have a lot of respect for the women's side. They feel like we need to be on the same playing field as the men. And I think that's something incredible, it's something that I think everyone should experience. And with the EPL going around in England is going to be an amazing buzz all the time. So I'm going to be truly living a soccer environment.
Yesterday in the draft, we saw something cool. In the first round, there were 10 picks, and fully half of them were women of color. So do you have any thoughts on what that might mean for, increasing diversity in women's soccer, which is historically not done super great on that front?
Yeah, I mean, the world is changing. I mean, I can't put my finger on it as to, why now there's more women of color playing the game, but all I can say is this sport is growing, so I think with that comes diversity. There's a larger pool of people now, and I think I'm just particularly excited that, I think there's so many stereotypes about, black women playing soccer. All we are is fast. And for me, that's another reason why I think going to Chelsea is going to be great, because my athleticism has gotten me where I am, and it's been awesome. But I think the technical part of the game is going to change who I am and change, the way the world probably views me as a player.
Have you felt with the standing that you've gotten in the last 2 years that you've had an impact that has trickled down at all?
I wake up every day not feeling like, the pressures of, promoting, black women playing soccer is there, but I just think that the way I carry myself, I wake up every day like I'm going to be the best player, be the best person, and if that trickles down, then great. But, I don't think I go out of my way or have to do too much about it.
Back to the Spirit Chelsea thing, a lot of departures from the Spirit in the off-season, and Jim recently had said that he spoke to you and that he's confident you'll be back there eventually, or if you do come back to play in the U.S., can you comment on whether or not leaving had anything to do with the Spirit?
Yeah, so I can't predict the future. Obviously, 18 months from now, I have no idea, what's going to happen. But I did have a conversation with him and said, I'm not saying I want my rights traded. Yes, I won't be in the league in 2017, but, DC's my home. I have a house there, just bought one. So, me having to pick up and move is not necessarily what I want, but I obviously didn't really stay too connected to my home. Obviously, I'm picking up and moving to England right now, but I think just being able to come back and have an option is obviously great. But like I said, I can't predict what 2018 is going to be like.
How many options were there when you looked? I mean, generally talking about Europe, I mean, there's France is one that always comes up. I mean, what stood out about WSL, and what others did you even consider in terms of, what would be best for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I had to weigh in a lot of things. obviously super interested in the French league, great league. And I think what Chelsea gave me was just the opportunity to be in a league where these games are going to be 1-0, 2-0. It's not going to be huge blowouts. And I think that's very similar to the NWSL. You never know what you're going to get. And I think it's very comforting being in a league where, you're going to have to push. It's not about, oh, we're stepping into this game, we could play a man down and we'll still beat this team. It's really about putting your all in every single game. And I think that fits well with me and the player I am.
And with Emma, she's someone who a lot of people seem to walk up to and can be instantly sold. I mean, with that, she's very
charming. She's
very
charming.
persuasive.
She does some weird stuff. I don't know.
Is her approach different, like tactically or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
I think Emma just comes off as a human being. I think it's really great to have that connection with your coach because at the end of the day, they're a human. I'm a human. I wouldn't be treated as such, and I think being able to feel comfortable, having any conversation with her, having talks, any concerns that I have is really important. And I think that's what she gives a lot of players. I mean, I've heard nothing but great things about her. I feel like everyone who's played for her or knows her personally is like, listen, when she has an idea, she is gonna run through walls to make sure that everything works out. So I think that's exactly what I got from her. Is she wants to leave me being the best player that I could possibly be, and I truly believe in her.
Are you excited about having a female head coach?
Yes.
We actually just came from a panel with her.
I know, she's out here. I'm like, where are you? Goodness gracious. Super excited about that. It's definitely a new dynamic. Obviously, Jill being the national team coach, I've been used to a female coach, but, Spirit, I had Mark Parsons, now Jim, so, it's always great, I think, having a woman coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Crystal.